Okay, right here. That's what I'm talking about. She's got a whole nest full, or whole beak full of feathers. She is ready to breed. Her rump is nice and full behind, kind of like a little pregnant lady, okay? We're out enjoying nice beautiful spring day. You still see still got quite a bit of snow. We've had snow on and off these last several days. Pretty wet, but springtime in Utah. But with it being nice and warm today, we did open up the bird shed. You can just listen to the canaries. They might stop when I get up here, but just want you guys to listen to the males singing. It is getting very close for me to pair up my canaries with my females, or my male canaries with my females, and start getting some canary breeding going for us. Listen up to this. They are loving some sun right now. All right, so hopefully you guys were able to see it. You could hear my kids in the background, so if you couldn't hear it very well, I've got quite a few canaries singing. The males are starting to get louder, and the females are starting to become receptive and responsive to the songs. We've got a few females that are starting to play with nesting material, which means they're getting ready to breed. Also a good sign is underneath, below their, like on their rumps and their bellies, start to get a little bit more plump. That means they're getting ready to bear eggs, and where their cloaca is right above it gets really round. It's almost kind of like a pregnant belly, per se, on a human. So you have to blow the feathers apart to even see that. But after a while of keeping canaries, you can sometimes tell when they're ready. But they're enjoying. So I'm having to clean up my window. Still got to put my wire over there, so that they can't poop on the window, but still working her outside. Just kind of faintly hear the males singing. They really enjoy when I open up that window. They're the first ones sitting on there waiting for me to open up the window so they can fly out. I did close it last night because it got pretty chilly, below freezing. Had to cut my water off and everything, but should get up to mid 50s, low 60s today, which would be great. Cages are dirty. I still need to clean them out, but we're getting ready to pair up my canaries. So I've got my Amadina finches. Their babies are close to wean. This is their second pair, or their second clutch of chicks. So we're gonna move them out, and then I'm gonna keep these society finches up top here because I've got chicks in the nest here, and these guys are actually sitting on some of my blue-faced parrotfinch eggs. I need to see if they're fertile or not. But gonna keep them up there because I will be setting up my parrotfinches a little bit later as well. So we're gonna get these cages ready the next few days. Just kind of wanted to show you some of the prep measures that I'm taking to get my canaries ready. So the first thing that I do is really just observe. I try to keep my males on this side and my females on this side, but I did get a couple babies that I kept from last year that I thought were females. They're actually singing this spring. So we've got a few more males than I had intended, but that's okay. We'll make work. Okay, you can see here, look at this. Collecting some feathers. Oh, just kidding. Those aren't feathers. It's eating some lettuce from the egg food I gave earlier today. But so one thing I do is, first thing I do is just observe, okay? Observe your females, observe your males. Your males will start singing. They'll start singing louder and louder and louder as they become more and more into breeding condition, okay? Almost to a point where it's unbearable. My males are not to that point yet. So I know they're not 100% ready, but they're getting there. They're getting louder. And then what they'll do is they'll direct their songs to the females when they see females. And when the females are ready, they'll be receptive to it through the wires, okay? So when they're ready, they'll be receptive. When they're ready, they'll start playing with nesting material. I've seen quite a few females gathering loose feathers, and they're trying to build a nest in here, okay? So that's another sign that they're ready. And then the final sign is when they are feeding each other through the wires, the male and female. That's a sign that they're both ready. They've both accepted each other and are ready to go, okay? So I mostly just have yellow and red factor canaries this year. I don't have any of the specialty colored breeds like I've had in years past. Hoping to get some more of them. They kind of became really difficult to get a hold of unless I ship them in, and those have been really expensive. So just working with what I've got these last couple of years, which is okay. So those are the first 3 signs that I look for without even pairing them together, okay? And if you have the option to keep your canaries separate, males and females, I would highly recommend that, so that then they can kind of work on their own cycle, okay? And not be pressuring each other into something that they're not quite ready to do yet. Many times if your males are ready to breed, they just hammer the females. It usually leads to fighting. Okay, here's a good example. If you guys can see through my tree, my red factor female is in there trying to build a nest. Okay, she's playing with the leaves, trying to move them around, okay? Pull them off. I know that's hard to see because it's through my dirty window, but there's a good sign right there. That's what we're looking for, okay? So once I see all of that, my next step that I do, and let me hurry and grab it real quick. Okay, next step that I do is I grab their nest pan. I need to clean it out a little bit better. It's the nest pan from last year. Canaries are dirty breeders. Their nest gets dirty quite easily and quickly. But what I do is I take the nest. I did get some new canary nest pans this year because my old ones are just getting old. These are reusable. I use them for about 2 or 3 years depending on how dirty they get, and then if they get too dirty, we throw them away, buy new ones. I just bought this off of Amazon, and you just type in canary nest pans holders or filters. Anyways, I won't put this in quite yet because the other birds will pick this apart, and I don't want this to get ruined. So, but when I do breed my canaries, I do set it. It sets perfectly nice down into that, and then it covers up any of those gaps or holes. So what I do next is take this nest, and we'll just put it up here in the open where everyone can see it. Hold on, I gotta open up the door real quick. Just throw it in, set it onto the wire like that, and then I will remove my door. This just snap out, which is really nice actually. And if you don't need the door and you have it in like a cage setting like this, you just hang it like that. So what we do, I just throw it in there. I don't do anything else. And then what I do is I sit back, take a few days, and I watch the birds. And I watch which of my canaries start trying to build a nest in there. Now I do have other birds that will try and build a nest in there, but if my females are ready enough, my canary females, they love these nests. They are drawn to them. They will absolutely come to them and start trying to build a nest with them. And then I'll keep an eye out on what color band they have and which males will sing to them. And that's where I will try to do my pair selection. So I'm letting my pairs, my canary pairs, pair themselves up this year, which usually results in earlier, more successful breeding. Okay, right here. That's what I'm talking about. She's got a whole nest full, or whole beak full of feathers. She is ready to breed. Her rump is nice and full behind, kind of like a little pregnant lady, okay? The second that she sees what I just put up right here, she will jump to it and start breeding. And in fact, what I'm gonna do, seeing that she, look at that, I just love that. Guys, I think she is ready. So what I will do there, and she's got a purple band, you can see that, so I know my canary with a purple band is ready to breed. So now what I need to do next is I need to find which male canary is singing to her and she's receptive to, and they'll be ready to go. And if I don't see that, I will choose my male that's singing the hardest and the loudest and the most frequently, and I'll just take him, put him in there. They'll have this whole cage to themselves. She will probably start laying eggs within a week or two of me putting them in there, and they get established with each other. And then it's just a waiting game from there, and we get eggs. So hopefully that helped you guys out, just to recognize some steps and how to identify if your male and female canaries are ready to breed. And then once they are, put them together, keep an eye on them for another few days, make sure they don't fight. And then if everything goes well, you should get some eggs. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what questions, comments, concerns you have. Drop them down below. Appreciate you guys. Hope your birds are doing good, and we'll see you next time.